Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
Welcome back to another episode of the GSENC English podcast. My name is Owen.
I'm Dylan.
And today we have a new episode for you on a new topic. It's another dialogue. What is our dialogue today? What's the topic?
Yeah, it's quite an interesting one. It is two people discussing what they are going to do next in life or next in their career. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, could be quite useful for many people.
Indeed. Something that we all need to practice and we all do on a regular basis.
Yeah, I think we're always thinking about what are we going to do next year or what we're going to do next in our career.
Yeah, so as always in these dialogues, there's going to be 3 valuable key expressions for you to pick up, some business idioms, and also we have snuck in 2 common errors that we hear all the time, you guys making in GSTs and in classes and just general communication. So listen out very, very carefully for these 2 very small errors. See if you can pick up on those.
I'm having trouble deciding what to do after I graduate. What would you recommend?
In a nutshell, make sure you do something that is fun to you. Life will be much easier if you love your job.
Sure, but I don't know what to choose. I love music, but it's so hard to get into that business.
Well, maybe you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. Work on your music, but also work at developing other skills that you can use in other areas.
Like what?
I don't know. You could try coding or graphic design. If you can just show employers that you are willing to go the extra mile, they will take a chance on you.
Thanks for the advice, but coding is so difficult to me. I love art, though, so maybe I'll do some design training.
Good idea.
I'm having trouble deciding what to do after I graduate. What would you recommend?
In a nutshell, make sure you do something that is fun to you. Life will be much easier if you love your job.
Sure, but I don't know what to choose. I love music, but it's so hard to get into that business.
Well, maybe you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. Work on your music, but also work at developing other skills that you can use in other areas.
Like what?
I don't know. You could try coding or graphic design. If you can just show employers that you are willing to go the extra mile, they will take a chance on you.
Thanks for the advice, but coding is so difficult to me. I love art, though, so maybe I'll do some design training.
Good idea.
All right. So that was our dialogue there. There were 2 very small errors in there, but very, very common errors I hear very frequently. So what was the error? What were the errors?
So there were 2 errors, but it's actually one error because it's the same error in both expressions.
Yeah.
And the error was fun to you and difficult to me. So those were the 2 errors, fun to you and difficult to me. Now,
what's wrong with that?
So they seem to be direct translations from how you would say it in Korean. And unfortunately, we don't speak like that in English. So the easiest way of changing it is to change the to a for. So instead of saying fun to you, you say, oh, that would be fun for you.
Fun for you.
Or instead of difficult to me, you would say that would be difficult for me. So that's a quick and easy fix. So when you want to say something like difficult to you, don't say difficult for you or fun for me. But there is one other useful expression you can use, which I think is actually a better way, and that is to say, I find something difficult. Or I find something fun. So in my example, I like cycling. I can say, I find cycling fun. But something like swimming, I find swimming difficult. I'm not a good swimmer.
And I don't find swimming fun. So in the dialogue, what they should have said was make sure you do something that you find fun. Make sure you do something that you find fun. Or they should have said, but coding is so difficult for me, or I find coding so difficult.
Yeah.
I find coding so difficult.
Are there any useful expressions that we can use?
Yeah, well, there's plenty. I mean, we use this expression all the time to say I find something difficult. But one other common error I hear a lot with this to me, I often hear people say the word familiar to me. I often hear people say like, oh, for example, I don't like Indian food because it is not familiar to me. It's not familiar to me. Something cannot be familiar to you. You can be familiar
With?
something. So I am not familiar with that. Means I don't know it. But you could also say I'm not used to it. I don't like Indian food because I'm not used to it. Would be a much better way of saying that. Okay, so common errors there. The to me, to you, just be very, very careful with those. All right, so now let's look at some key expressions from the dialogue. Okay, so in the dialogue, you would have heard 3 key expressions, 3 idioms that are very, very useful for you when doing business. The first one you hopefully heard was in a nutshell. In a nutshell. Sounds very strange. In the dialogue, it said, in a nutshell, make sure you do something that is fun to you, but fun for you, or that you find fun. So make sure you do something, in a nutshell, make sure you do something that you find fun. What does that mean?
Well, in a nutshell means basically, or in summary, if you are trying to make just one very clear point to really bring it down to a basic message, that's when we use in a nutshell.
Yeah.
So if I were to use an example, in a nutshell, if you want to improve your English ability or your GST score, join the BC program.
Great advice.
It is good advice.
Yeah, great. Join the BC program. You will. There's a very good chance you could improve your GST score if you do that. All right, so that's a really good expression in a nutshell. Basically, to summarize, in summary, really, really useful.
Yeah.
Okay, our next one we heard was to put all your eggs in one basket. To put all your eggs in one basket. In the dialogue, it said, well, maybe you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. Focus on your music, but also work on developing other skills that you can use in other areas. So to put all your eggs in one basket, what does that mean?
This is kind of like a risk management strategy.
Yeah.
If you focus on only one area, you're putting all your eggs in one basket. And if that area goes wrong, you lose all your eggs, which is not a good thing.
Definitely.
So definitely, you don't want to lose all your eggs.
Right.
So that's why we say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You want to diversify so that the risk isn't so great. So if I were to talk about our company, we diversify our products and services so that all of our eggs are not in one basket. We haven't put all of our eggs in one basket.
Yeah. When investing, it's wise not to put all your eggs in one basket. So you don't just buy one stock. You have many different stocks or investments. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. If that basket drops, all your eggs break, you're in big trouble. Okay? Very, very good expression and very useful.
Yeah.
Okay, our final expression was to go the extra mile. Go the extra mile. Now, in the dialogue, it said, if you can just show employers that you are willing to go the extra mile, they will take a chance on you. To go the extra mile, what does that mean?
This just means that you're going to put in extra effort. That's all it really means. There's, you have the expectation of what you need to do, but when you go the extra mile, you're doing more than what the expectation is. So a good timely example of this is about MBOs. If you want to receive an S in your MBO next year, you need to go that extra mile.
Dylan, have you gone that extra mile this year?
I go the extra mile every day.
Of course, of course, on your bike.
Of course, on my bike, but
Right,
also
right.
in work.
Yeah. So, to go the extra mile, to put all your eggs in one basket, and in a nutshell, 3 really good idioms there. Previously, we looked at the common error, something to me or to you, difficult to me, difficult to you. So make sure you work on that. Don't make that mistake. It's not a huge error, but it does sound odd to native speakers. And if you want to get a high level in your GST, that kind of thing is it's gonna show up, and people notice them very easily, okay, when they're rating. Okay, so try and work on that. To improve your English in general, in a nutshell, what do they have to do?
Study.
Yes. Where can they study?
You can study in any of our programs at head office. We have a range of different programs for you.
Yeah.
We also have the BC programs, which are run from Namcheon and Yongin, as well as some of our online materials, the vocabulary project. So there's no excuse. There's no reason for you not to improve your English.
Yeah. And also make sure you fill out the worksheet. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. We're getting lots of viewers, but only about 50% of you are actually subscribed to the channel. So make sure you subscribe so you get all the videos in your feed, subscription feed there. Okay, so that's all the time we have for today. So see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, everyone. Long time no see. I'm here to tell you about 2 events that the Joji Gaebal team is going to be doing here very soon. One event is related to the Waywall Voca program, and another event is related to this podcast. So for the Waywall Voca program, for those of you who have been studying very hard and have done 60 days of vocabulary in a row twice, the Joji Gaebal team is going to give out 15 books to 15 people as a gift and as a congratulations and as a reward for studying so hard and so consistently. So this book is a book of useful English business expressions. So I have seen this book myself, and in fact, it does look very useful. So I think this would make a great gift for those of you who have been, studying religiously and studying consistently with the Waywall Voca program. The second event is for viewers of this podcast, and especially for viewers who have been submitting answers to the worksheet. So for those of you submitting answers to the worksheet, we are going to select 10 people at random and provide a coffee coupon for you. So for anyone who would like to have a free coffee, remember to submit your answers to the worksheet to Owen, and we will be selecting those winners, 10 winners, at random in the near future. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and I hope to see you again in the near future. Bye-bye.